Whoa, we are live. What is
Yeah.
up? Hi guys, welcome to the full moon ceremony.
Welcome. Glad that you are here and excited to ceremony with you.
Yeah, so we're gonna play some music. We got some music here because we want you to be able to get in the space with us, and we're gonna take a moment and share this on our favorite social medias. And we hope that if there are any of you already tuning in, you can help us share it because that helps us make this more of a ceremony. We want more people to be able to participate. This is on YouTube, but we prefer you go check us out at bringmetolife.com so that you can be in the main chat with everybody. But if it doesn't work, Sela does have the YouTube so we can make sure everything's flying smoothly. So go ahead and share it. Sela's gonna dance for a second. And I'm gonna go ahead and share this on social medias.
Ceremony celebrating the harvest moon.
And if you are here, leave us a message in the chat. Who are you? Where are you coming from?
Thought you do understand, don't you? Thought is the basis of all reality.
If you are also here, leave us something in the chat to know what is your intention for tonight's ceremony. Do you have an intention? Are you trying to manifest something? Maybe you're trying to release something. If you don't want to put it in the chat, put your favorite emoji. Let us know that you're out there. Let's bring this community together. And if nothing else, you can celebrate too. Those awesome dance moves. He's got some great dance moves happening.
Sometimes I feel so embarrassed and so self-conscious about my dancing, but sometimes you just gotta wiggle it out and not give up. Not give up.
Not give up.
Shake out the arms, popping the. What are these? My shoulders.
Your shoulders.
I almost said my elbows. Popping my elbows.
Again, we're just kind of wiggling, joining our energies here, coming together in the ceremony space. I'm sharing it, getting a few more people here with us. And if you know a friend that would benefit from being here, give them a little nudge. Just say, friendly reminder, I would love for you to participate in this with me. We're going to play some music, we're going to dance, we're going to meditate, we're going to go on a little journey. I'll tell you about the moon here in a minute. But go ahead, settle in. Let us know you're there and get comfy.
Yes, this could seem
I
like
see Sarah's out there. What's up, Sarah? Thanks for being here.
No,
Alligator.
that actually makes sense to me.
So let's doing the alligator.
Only the powerful could explain what is
I'm doing the dolphin.
out here.
You're so
What
funny.
is the
Dolphin.
essence of where you are
Dolphin.
now?
I'm doing the beluga. Beluga whale. I'm a
What's
beluga
a
whale.
beluga?
I'm a beluga whale.
Oh my goodness, we're so silly. Alright, I'm almost done. I've almost invited all the people.
I'm
that
running
asked
out
me
of
to
dance
remind
moves.
them.
Running out of dance moves.
So I was running out of dance moves. I gotta hurry up. Alright, I did my best, humans. If you want to get
Doing
on
the
my
crown.
tag list next time, let me know.
Doing the crown. I'm giving you the crown.
Alright, let's everybody put your crown space on and just pull down some nice energy into your body and wiggle it all out. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Alright, so we are here to celebrate the full moon. The full moon is currently in Aries. Whoa! I don't know whose good idea it was to do all this political crap right before a new moon or a full moon in Aries, because Aries is the energy of just chaos. Sometimes war, sometimes fighting, sometimes bickering. Aries has some crazy energy. It's very fiery. It can also be very passionate.
I haven't noticed at all.
Oh, you haven't noticed at all?
No.
We've been dealing with some interesting fiery passions over here. Some good, some bad. That being said, I have my Moonology book here. I like to reference it. It's something I like to reflect on because I have my own intuitive views, but I like to see what the collective feels. And there's a lot of people that respect this viewpoint of the moon. So let's see what Moonology has to say for the full moon in Aries. This full moon is especially good for those that have houses in Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, and sometimes can be more challenging for everybody else, which is interesting. Again, it says the energy is fiery and rash, but also passionate and compassionate.
Hmm.
Which we did a podcast on compassion and
We
kindness
did a podcast on that
last night.
last night.
So let's hear some questions we can ask ourselves and reflect on this evening. Some things we should reflect on this evening. Have we been hot-headed, selfish, or argumentative this week or month? Have we been going too fast, or have we been impulsive this month? Have there been times we've felt like we've been too brash, blunt, or competitive this month, or hard on ourselves? Have we ignored other people's finer sensibilities and abilities? And have we had enough fun? Have you done enough things that you're passionate about? Those are some questions that you might want to reflect on, because we want to bring in more fun, more compassion, more kindness, more balance, more understanding, so there's a little less argumentative energy, because right now humanity as a whole is dealing with one big debate about life. So let's calm that energy down just a little bit, and remember that it says life isn't a race or competition. We're here to experience and to thrive, not just survive. And when everyone's arguing and bickering, that makes it hard to thrive. Yes, there's definitely things in the world that we need to be taking action on, but fighting fire with fire is just going to create explosions. We need to find a way to put out the fire and rebuild the earth. So I think that's important.
It's like the fireweed that comes in after the forest burns out and restarts the ecosystem.
Like a phoenix. It says find the balance between your needs and those of your significant others or best friends that may be having an issue with some of this fiery, hot-headed energy. I think it's so interesting when books and card readings just like fall into perspective for life experience. It says forgive. Perform the full moon forgiveness ceremony. We're going to do some forgiveness tonight. We're going to incorporate that into the meditation. Forgiveness, kindness, and compassion.
Yes.
And also gratitude. It says enter into a state of gratitude during your ceremony. And maybe if you feel guided to do so, grab your journals and create a gratitude list. And that seems pretty basic. I feel like I tell people to make gratitude lists all the time. But in this specific moment, what are some things you're grateful for? Because there's a lot of things that we're realizing that aren't as important, that we're not able to access right now, or we thought weren't as important, that we're not able to access right now, that really played a big impact on our life. And if we can show gratitude for the moments we had those, like right now I'm dealing with printer ink. My printer ink has been giving me issues. So it's like those little silly things that we take for granted. Let's be grateful that we have access to them as humans in general. Like the fact that we've been able to create these different things to make our lives easier, whether or not we have instant access to them at all times. Some other things it says to reflect on are just in general building your community and allowing yourself to have space to reflect, which is why you're here tonight. So, Moonology, great book. I think it's pretty cool. It's got things in it about the new moon and the full moon, and I just always get excited to share things with you. As Silo told me this week too, it's also the harvest moon. So, for those of you that believe in the harvest moon and that kind of moonology, go out and harvest your goodies. We harvest a bunch of goodies from our garden this week and month.
We got a lot of goodies, a lot of tomatoes.
So many tomatoes.
Some giant cucumbers.
Yep, we made some cucumber salad. We made some salsa.
You got some peppers.
Got some peppers. I had jalapeno peppers that were bigger than my actual jalapeno plant, which was pretty hilarious.
I bet.
That was pretty funny.
Which goes to show you, don't judge a plant by its stem. Because a tiny stem could grow large fruit.
This is true. This is true. The plant itself was about this big, and the peppers were basically as big as it. And I was impressed. I used them in my salsa. It's pretty nice.
Here.
Trying to find somewhere to put my water bottle. I probably need it though. All right.
I'll drink it.
So, that being said, we're giving you guys some time out there. We would love to know who's out there. Jump in the comments. I know sometimes you guys have issues getting in the chat room. That's okay. Give us a shout afterwards. Let us know you tuned in. We still want to be able to send you some love. We send love to anyone watching, even if we can't see you out there.
Whenever you're watching on demand or live.
Yeah, you can watch the replay. If you're watching the replay, let us know. And I will be doing readings after the meditation portion. I do a collective reading that everybody can kind of tune into. And then I do personal readings by donation. Those that donate will get moved to the front of the line. And those that help share this video and our other content get on an extra list that if we have time this evening, I go through and I do a 1 card pull for your support and tagging friends and just showing up and being here because, you know, we do this for you guys just as much as us. We want to celebrate it because we like to celebrate the moons, but it's always more fun when you do it as a community. So
Absolutely.
thanks for being here,
Yeah.
guys.
We appreciate you.
Yeah. All right. What? Anything going on that you wish to share moon-wise?
You know, I
Moon-wise.
would like to say, you know, you're talking about gratitude, so I'd like to just do a little gratitude right now. I love fall. It's my favorite season for sure. And I just feel much more energized. I feel more motivated, inspired, and more just enjoy. Like, enjoy life. I enjoy life more when it's fall. And I'm starting to see the leaves change in colors. And I've been here for about 6 years in Maryland. And most of those years, the leaves would start to change, but almost immediately would be just crisp. Would be crispy and you know, kind of depressing. But this year, the leaves are yellow, they're orange, and it just feels like this is going to be a really beautiful fall and great foliage. So I'm really grateful for this earth being able to have a, you know, this time of year where everything's not just being burnt right away.
Yeah, I think that it's giving some people hope because, like you said, it's been so crispy and dry those last couple years. And I like to think that Mother Nature gave us something to look forward to this fall because of all of the chaos that we've had in 2020. But in general, too, I feel like when we have really beautiful, luscious falls, it leads into like this big shift. We've all kind of been at this weird standing energy for the last like 5 or so years. And 2020 is proven to be a big shift for many of us. And this Aries full moon is kind of a monumental one in that because it's one of 2 moons that we have this month. The next full moon will be the last day of October. And though we're celebrating it today, a day before the height of the moon, it's technically October 1st. So you can celebrate from now into tomorrow into the weekend. And October hasn't had 2 full moons like this in a while, and for one to be falling on Halloween, for our next full moon to be Halloween, that feels just pretty powerful to me as a spiritual being.
Yeah.
And to see the shift that's happening in humanity.
Yeah, when's the last time we had 2 full moons and one of them was on Halloween?
Yeah,
you know, I
crazy.
don't know. But 2020, we all knew it was going to be a big year. We just didn't realize why. And coming to the end now of 2020, I feel a lot better than I did when the chaos began. And I feel like I'm coming out on another side. You know, changes are happening. We've gone through some big shifts in the last few days, and I'm hopeful, very hopeful for what's coming up. And I believe that being here together with you and creating this kind of culture and this community, it allows us to have support for crazy times when we might feel depressed or sad or lonely. So also grateful to have this space with all of you.
Do you think we as a collective created a crazy year for 2020 by the saying hindsight 2020, since so many people are wishing for a lot of it to be in hindsight? I just thought it was funny. It was a thing.
You think people want to get 2020 over with, so it's going by real fast?
It just made it crazy in general. Like, we manifest our reality, so we have to be careful what we say. And like we said, everyone thought 2020 was going to be crazy, and it proved to be crazy. And people like to say the phrase, you know, hindsight 2020. Like, when you're looking back at things and, like, you know, you get to reflect with your vision. Maybe it's just a phrase that popped into my mind. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not the phrase I think about often. But we do create our realities. And 2020 is what I thought 2012 was going to be. But I'm really grateful that I'm with you for all this. Because 2012 I was more by myself. You know, I had my friends, but I didn't have, you know, a partner to go so in depth with.
And 2012, that was a crazy year. That's one that I can leave in 2012. I'm happy to be where we're at too. So let's show some gratitude for those of us that have support systems. And if you are lacking in your support system, reach out. We've got the Bring Me to Life community, and there's people that want to connect with each other and build more communication opportunities and to meet other people that are into their spiritual development and their expansion right now. So that's what we're here for. That being said, I'm excited to meditate and to set some intentions for the next couple weeks and to dive in deeper. If you remember what your intentions were for the new moon, maybe take a second and reflect on how far you've come in those accomplishments and goals as well, and use this full moon power to enhance those journeys as well.
Yes. Beautiful.
Cool. I'm going to get my drum up here. I hope you guys get comfy.
Yeah, let's get in our comfy spaces right now. Let's begin to relax. If you need to, you can kind of shake out any energy that you need to get you relaxed. Maybe taking a deep breath. And exhale. This time we're going to take a deep breath in and hold it at the top. Hold. And release. And just take one more breath on your own time. Just feel yourself beginning to relax now. Feel your body, your mind, your spirit beginning to calm down. And find a nice steady rhythm to breathe. And feel that oxygen flowing through your body. Helping to clear any blockages, any stagnant energy. And allow yourself to sink down into the ground below you. Just allow the ground to support all of your weight. As you notice how gravity keeps you grounded to this earth. Take a moment right now to appreciate your connection to this earth. If you want, you can imagine roots flowing down out of your feet and into the ground. And remember that earth is very balanced. The trees provide us with life just as we provide the trees with life. This earth is so nurturing. Take a moment to feel gratitude to have everything you need to live, to breathe. imagine yourself somewhere that you feel relaxed, that you feel true to yourself, that you feel connected to all of life. Wherever you are, imagine the energy of the full moon beaming down. Like a gateway opening up for you right now. And set your intention for this full moon for the next few weeks. Do you need more rest? Do you need a break? Do you need to focus on something? Maybe you need to finish something. Whatever your intention is, see you being able to accomplish it with balance. Finding a good rhythm, a good flow, a good balance during this full moon. And for the remainder of the sound ceremony, I will leave up to you. So just relax, continue to breathe in a steady rhythm. Focus on that intention and enjoy the music. moments left in this ceremony, the sound ceremony right now. But before we are done, take a moment to imagine giving yourself a big hug. And just thanking yourself for everything that you've done, for all the work that you've done. And also give yourself compassion for the things you didn't do, for the things you hoped to accomplish and haven't yet. See yourself every day making a little bit of progress. No matter how small or how big that progress may be, you make progress every day towards that vision of yourself, towards the intention that you set. Take a moment to send out gratitude for all of life. If there's anything, any messages, any symbols or images that come up for you, just take note of them and accept them. Accept yourself for who you are right now. And accept who you are becoming. If there are any words that you have to end this ceremony right now, the sound ceremony, you can speak them out loud or in your mind. Words of encouragement, gratitude, anything, speak it now. And when you're ready to come back, you can focus once again on your breath. That awareness draws you, your awareness, your soul, all of your being back into your body. And when you're ready to end and come back fully, take a deep inhale. Hold it at the top for a moment as you feel all of your senses come back. And then when you're ready, you can exhale. Stretch, move your body, open your eyes, and come back from the sound ceremony.
Beautiful. Thank you guys for being a part of that. I'm gonna hand seal my drum real quick so I can stretch my legs.
Yeah. She doesn't like me playing her drum.
Not true.
She loves only people noticing her playing it.
That's not true.
That's
That's not true at all.
I'm just kidding.
That's not true at all. I let you play it all the time.
It's true she does. I'll just.
I played it the other night together. We had a video of us
Yeah, we did.
jamming on it together.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun. I like that part.
Mhm.
All right. That being said, I want everyone to just kind of come back here and join us. Reflect in the comments. Share in the group chat. How was that for you? What came up? How was your experience? What was going on in your meditation? Stretch out your body. Maybe Sela can play a little music for us again. For those that missed our intro dance party, we can get our blood pumping again here. Looks like somebody's commenting on the YouTube as well as the other chats. We got chats coming in from all angles. Make sure to drink your water. Stay hydrated out there. This is a song by CeeLo. We like to use it to get our blood pumping. So wiggle your body, bring some energy back into you. Sometimes when we meditate, we kind of leave our energy or our physical body for a second, go into our energy body. And as you call energy back into you, I do want you to take a moment. I told a couple of people this week that on the full moon ceremony, we would take a moment to send out love to all those that need it. Those that need healing, those that need just some extra love sent their way. And I know CeeLo did this in the meditation, but I like to do it when we're raising our vibration as well, so that we can send them extra energy, especially for those that may be bedridden, you know, or something like that. So we want to make sure we send out as much love to those that need it right now. So do a little dance, do a little wiggle, and just send out some gratitude for being able to be here. Show up.
Make sure you smile while you're dancing.
Our YouTube friends, you can join us at bringme2life.com/moon with the number 2 to join the main chat. That's where there's some other people hanging out if you want to be a part of the other chat. bringme2life.com/moon. It's where we do our moon ceremonies off of the YouTubes.
I'll post that link in there.
I just wanted to give it a shot. I saw the comment pop up.
There it is.
Right now we're just doing a little dance. We're just wiggling. And this is also your chance to get in line for a card reading. Who wants a card reading? I'm doing them by donation. If you share this video somehow on your social media and tag one of us, you'll get on the list to let us know that you shared it in the chat. I have a few people that have already donated. Thank you, people who donate. You help make Bring Me to Life a better place. We're super grateful for you. And I'm going to do a collective reading. And those of you that can't donate, that's totally okay. I want you to tune in and to take in what messages resonate for you, because when I do these readings, even if they're for other people, they're supposed to help reflect like we're all one energy in a lot of ways, so that you might get a message from somebody else's reading. There's a reason you're here. But do know that the donations go towards helping make Bring Me to Life an even better network, so that we can keep bringing you high vibe content. So, that being said, I'm just going to shuffle here. If you're in the chat and you haven't said hello yet, say hello, say what's up. Our friend Mooney's in there. We got Sarah. I think I saw Jackie pop in. There's a few other people. And if you can't get the chat to work, I understand. Sometimes phones are weird. I'm just grateful you're here and tuning in. So thank you for being out there. All right. Shuffling and shuffling. I'm going to do a collective reading with the Psychic Tarot while anyone who needs to get in line gets in line. And if you're new here, we do these on the new and full moons, or as close to them as possible. The full moon's actually, I believe, tomorrow night. There's some other cool things that happen on Thursday, so I wanted to make sure to hold space for that. And yeah, just check out bringmetolife.com to stay updated, or follow us on your favorite social media. I'm going to get up close personal here so I can show you guys the cards. CeeLo's going to be my right-hand man, helping me organize the list. And yeah, here we go. Boom. Oh, we got a jumper. All right, first jumper. Everyone needs to get grounded. I know we just did our best to do so in meditation, but again, we're dealing with Aries energy, and that's easy to get ungrounded in. It's easy to get sassy. It's easy to get just kind of out of our normal leveled state. So be mindful of how grounded you are these next few weeks. It's going to be an interesting little roller coaster. We're all in it together, which means to act very kind and compassionate as we deal with each other. Not understanding what everyone's full journey is. Sometimes it can be hard to be as compassionate as we wish to be, but just know that things are crazy right now for so many people. So just act accordingly, okay? That being said, know that we're going to triumph through this. The next card we got here is the Triumph. We're all on this roller coaster. We're all riding this wild horse, but he does not have a flag of surrender. He has a flag of, well, the red flag, which is hilarious that he's holding a red flag when the first card was grounding in the root chakra. So it's saying that the more grounded you get, the more opportunity you have to triumph. Let's see the next card here. Oh, this one's interesting. So we have the Deception and Envy in reverse. This says that it's important to not allow people to deceive you, and it's also important to not be envious of other people's situations. It's really easy right now to be envious of people we think have it all together, but we really don't know what's happening behind closed doors. So instead of being envious, it's important to show compassion and gratitude for what we do have, because that's how Spirit gives us more of what we need. Not necessarily always what we want, but what we need. And when we're not able to be grateful for the things that we already have, it's hard for Spirit to want to give us more, you know? I mean, that's how it goes for most people. Who wants to give somebody something if they're not grateful for it? You ever give a kid something on their birthday and they're just like, ugh, whatever. Like, that does not make you motivated to give them anything else ever again. So, that being said, don't let others deceive you. There's a lot of deception happening right now. Again, we just went through the crazy political chaos that has been... Oh man, I don't even. But there's a lot of deception and arguments going on. People not being themselves, trying to put masks up and deceive others. Let's not deal with it. Get
It's not
grounded.
Halloween yet.
It's not Halloween yet.
Don't worry, man.
You don't need to put your masks on. Get grounded.
I mean, well,
Yeah, man. Get grounded. Get grounded. Know you're going to triumph. Let's see what else here is. Okay. This one is also really important. We have the Heartache and Loss card. And what this represents is it's important to activate our throat chakras and to talk about things that are heavy on our heart. It's also important to find communities if you're dealing with a lot of loss, whether that be loss of your social life, loss of a job, loss of your stability, loss of a loved one that has transitioned to Spirit. There's all kinds of heartache and loss that could be happening right now. Many people are suffering. I like to focus on the good a lot, and I like to focus on the light, but I do have to be real here and say that there's a lot of people that are suffering through heartache and loss right now. And we got to find ways to be compassionate and hold space for those and to be able to lift others up, even if it's just by being the best version of you to help inspire others. So make sure you're communicating. Again, we have a lot of blue here for the throat chakra, and then there's red peeking in as a reminder to stay grounded through that loss energy. It can sometimes be really easy to just be like, I'm ungrounded, I'm upset, I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm lost. But Spirit says, find what works for you to get through this chaos, because the roller coaster's not quite done yet. We're working through it, we're doing it together. But find some grounding opportunities for you. Maybe it's showing up here on the new and full moons. Maybe it's a meditation practice of your own. Maybe it's journaling, creating art. Creating art and jewelry has been super grounding for me. It's why I've been creating so much jewelry. It's therapeutic. I get to release energy and call in new energy to help other people feel inspired and energetic. So find something that works for you and roll with it. So that's kind of our collective vibe right now. Get grounded. Know that we will triumph, but we first have to get through the deception and envy and the heartache and loss. And it's coming. At the end of this ceremony, I'll do a pull from my Language of Light deck for the collective, which typically gives us some more positive vibes to focus on. But that shows you just how heavy the collective is processing right now. That's a pretty heavy collective message. So I'm going to shuffle here. I know we have a few people that have made some donations. Let's see here. All right. Who do we have first on our...
John Ackerman.
All right, Ackerman. Beautiful. And if this came in a different way and you know that this is for you, this is just going out. We had a donation fly in. Thank you for the donations. Do a little happy dance or do a little wiggle and happy energetic motion every time we get a little donation, because we like to be grateful. Thanks. All right, donator John, I believe is what Sila said. We're gonna pull some cards for you. All right, so you've got some good ones here. The first one you have. Okay, so the first one you got to work through. You're dealing with a little bit of emotional loss, as we just discussed. There's a lot of heartache going on. There's a lot of just heavy vibes, but this is actually a good card. The emotional loss card represents moving forward through an energetic experience that's been really heavy for you. It's possible that your sacral chakra is recalibrating, which your sacral chakra is connected to passion and creativity and sensuality and deeper connection and things like that. So if your sacral chakra is doing a reset through your emotional loss, this can be a good thing because it can give you a burst of creative energy. You may be like, I don't feel creative at all right now. Go put yourself in a creative space. Try to release something. Maybe it's dancing, maybe it's writing, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's making something with sticks. Do something creative to get that fiery energy going again, and it'll help level out your passion areas and other things that may be heavy on your heart, because he's holding his heart space. He's got some heart energy here, and then he's got this sacral chakra that is lighting up. Now, that being said, if we can get this sacral and heart chakra aligned, you have some beautiful messages. It says, first, use your third eye to get creative. Embrace that intuitive guidance you have here, even if it's just making squiggles and lines and colors. You've got some other intuitive guidance that's going to help you with your day-to-day life, and that's really important. Activating your third eye and being able to just feel into those messages is really going to help you through this process. Because you got a chakra card, I pulled you an extra one. Your next card is the Prosperity Begins card. See, told you had a good one. This is a great card because it shows that seeds that you've planted are now beginning to sprout, which is interesting because we're actually in harvest season. So typically the seeds have already sprouted, we're already collecting the fruit. If you're not already collecting the fruit, this is your confirmation that something is on the way. Because as you can see, there's these peaches and they're flying all over away from the tree, which means you should have enough to share. Not only are you going to be able to feed yourself and feel the benefit of your rewards of the seeds you've planted, you're going to kind of come into some sort of partnership, some sort of collaboration, and allow yourself to enjoy the fruits and inspire others by sharing what you can. That doesn't mean that you have to give away everything or something crazy. It just means to be grateful for all of what's coming. That being said, I get a sense that it's not quite here yet, and you're probably like, okay, what's this girl talking about? It says we're in this patience and planning zone. You've been patiently growing this seed for a few seasons now. We've got all kinds of different season representation here, and it's also been a process of emotions. It's been a matter of balancing your heart chakra, as well as your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus, and your throat, which seem to be pretty dominant through this reading. These are things that have taken you a while to kind of get under control, to really amplify that third eye and to be able to accept those messages. So this is a powerful message for you to follow your intuition. It's okay to be patient and to know that you're going to benefit from some amazing fruits of the seeds that you've planted, and that prosperity is beginning. Even if you're not quite feeling it yet, have faith that it's possible, because this is a good read we got here. So I'll show them to you real quick again. Work through the emotional loss. I understand it's painful. I'm sending you lots of love right now. Everybody send everybody love right now. Love bubbles everywhere. Shooting them out. Embrace your intuition. Again, this message isn't just for John. This message is for anyone that is resonating with it. Allow the prosperity to begin of the seeds you've planted. We just got to patiently plan, get through this next chaotic couple of weeks, and allow ourselves to embrace the fruits of our reward. Pretty powerful reading. All right.
Thanks, John.
Thank you for your donation. You're great. We also have another one coming through. Another donation earlier from Miss Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah. Sarah was a part of our podcast last night. She tuned in, part of the podcast family. If you'd like to be a part of the podcast family, you can join us here at bringmetolife.com on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where if you like this, you'll probably like that, because we take a moment and we talk about topics that are inspiring and hopefully uplifting to the community in some sort of way. We do focus on some spiritual things, but in general, we just like to hold space for whatever topics Spirit wishes to channel through us at the time. And yesterday, we talked about kindness and compassion. Last week, we talked about authenticity. It's been some good discussions. Good discussions. All right, Sarah. Oh, you got a jumper. It's a good one. Let's see what else is coming out here. And we're shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. All right. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Sarah, the card that you had, Jump, it's a great one. Rejoice in celebration. We needed some celebration. This has been, like I said, it's been a heavy energy time, but you have this time to celebrate. And it's saying to take note of the things that you're grateful for. I know I talk about that a lot, but it wants you to celebrate. It says find something and celebrate it. Celebrate you, celebrate your kids, celebrate your family, celebrate something you've accomplished this week or you will accomplish during this full moon. Find time to celebrate. This is your time to celebrate, and it's also your time to rest and rejuvenate. If you have the ability to, get out and get yourself into some nature and allow your heart to recharge. There's so much green in this card because it's a matter of recharging your heart. Especially if you're disconnected from nature, you don't have the instant ability to be out in it. It can weigh heavy on you energetically, and if you want to be able to really appreciate those fruits that we talked about in like the last reading, you have to allow your heart space to get enough energy. So the Rejoice and Celebration card also represents coming together with other people and allowing yourself to communicate. It doesn't always have to be in person. Like I said, you've been showing up here virtually, which has been amazing. We love having you. Thanks for being here. But yeah, give yourself some permission to celebrate. I know it's hard to celebrate when the world seems like it's falling apart around us, but you deserve to celebrate you. You've been doing something amazing. Maybe you knocked a habit that was not benefiting you. Maybe you got over a certain reaction of a situation that you've been working on. Yesterday we talked about that, like working through how we can grow through reactions to certain things, because sometimes we blow up, sometimes we take things in stride. We never know what's going to happen, and we're all working on our emotions in a different way. So let's celebrate our ability to grow, if nothing else. And then your last card here is a beautiful card. It says movement, choices, and decisions. This is a confirmation that if you've been trying to make a choice, that if you maybe even had something in your mind when you came in today, that you are kind of coming up to a stage of making some big decisions. And it looks like there's some financial abundance coming, some relationship abundance, and again, a seed that you've planted looks like it's growing. And you also have this ability to branch out and go with the flow, which is what I believe these clouds are representing. So this is a beautiful card to accept any movement, choices, or decisions you have to make. And if you have to make a decision and you're unsure of it, feel into that intuition and try to go with what your heart says, not what your ego says. I know sometimes that can be hard, but it's important to try to feel into that. All right, cool deal. All right, if you want to get moved to the front of the line again, remember to make a donation. You can do so at bringmetolife.com with the number 2. You can hit me or CeeLo up. I don't think I've got anything on social media. It's always hard to tell because I start talking and get into ceremony mode over here. All right. I'm not seeing anything yet. All right, so I have Mooney on my list. I'm gonna do a Mooney reading. Let's do a reading for Mooney.
Mooney, thank you for all of your support and just being a really wonderful human on this planet.
Yeah. Let's see what Mooney's got. Alright, so Mooney, you got your chakra card. Let's leave one more here. Alright, these are great cards. Alright, Miss Mooney. First card. It's always interesting. They start with a heavy first card and they get better. Your first card's trapped in fear. So we're working through releasing any fear that may be controlling you. Maybe it's not even necessarily fear, but it's self-doubt. Maybe you've got yourself put in this box of self-doubt and fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear of the outcome of something. We want to break these boxes. We want to get out of the grid of our comfort zone and start to expand and allow our hearts to guide us in a different way. Again, we got this green heart guide showing up. Something that's been kind of holding you in this trapped position is your solar plexus and your sacral chakra. Seems like that's going around. We got a trend going on here. Hands up if your solar plexus and sacral chakras have been crazy. This is me putting my hand up because it's been crazy. This is CeeLo putting his hands up because life's been crazy. So that being said, we're going to release this trapped in fear emotions because, all right, so the next card you got was your heart chakra. So we're moving up from the sacral and the solar, and we want to embrace the heart. We want to allow our hearts to guide us. Again, I know that sounds like some woo fluffy stuff, but it's true. You want to let your heart guide you so that you're not allowing your ego to take control, because your ego will hold you back. Your heart is connected to your soul and your higher self because your heart is the key to the upper and lower chakras. It's the ability to let you connect more deeply to both your physical self and your higher self. So really, really connect with your heart chakra through this moon cycle. Try to follow your heart, try to feed your heart, do things that bring your heart excitement and joy and expansion. Because that being said, you have this love beginning card. And this can mean romance in some ways, it can mean intimacy, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a love for life. It can be this appreciation and understanding that life is happening for you and not to you, and that you have the ability to control your reality. And I know for a fact that that's something that Mooney and I have been working on, is working on how we can control our reality in a bigger way together. So this is a powerful reading for anyone listening. But for specifically you, Mooney, I want you to see that this Love Begins card represents flow and balance. And there's this bowl here that is pouring out energy. And that's something that you've been doing these last few weeks, is just pouring out energy and love to the world around you. And it's time to accept that love in so that you can fill this cup and then allow it to pour out. And to do so, you got to get your chakras in check. You can see this little rainbow up here. That shows that the sun is coming out through the storm of the chaos that you've been through to give you the rainbow, which means the more you meditate, the more you give yourself the power to be in your personal practice and to let go of the expectations of the world around you, from college to whatever that is stressing you out. Let your chakras guide you, feel into the heart space, meditate, create a practice that works for you. What works for me may not work for you. What works for you may not work for somebody else in the chat or someone else listening. So if you're hearing this, I want you to take a moment tonight and maybe write about, or maybe just meditate in your mind, telepath, whatever works. Think about what is a practice that you can do, if not forever, at least dedicate yourself to it the next month. Maybe it's waking up every morning and journaling a page. That was super powerful for me. I did it for about 3 months and I do it occasionally. I'm getting back into it now. And it's super reflecting to just know that I can pour whatever out into my journal each day. Maybe for you it's yoga. Maybe for someone else it's walking or hiking or who knows what. But find something and stick to it and make the time for it, because it's going to give you this ability for this love to begin in a deeper way. And I also get this message for you that, since I pulled an extra card, kind of had in my mind, like, what messages does she need? And I got a ping that you're like, I want to know more about my spiritual gifts. I want to know more about what my mission here is and why I'm here. I like to just try to call in that telepathic message of what the question may be. Biggest question for you, my friend, is patience. Patience. You don't have to know it all right now. In fact, it's more important that you don't know it all right now. It's okay, because your journey is supposed to be just that. It's a journey. It's supposed to be exciting. It's supposed to be something you explore, not something you know everything about. But if you see here, you've got this seed, and you've planted the seed, and the more patient you are, the bigger, the stronger, and the more beautiful this flower is that's growing here. So be patient and know that your mission, your journey, your bigger purpose, your spiritual gifts, they're all growing in divine time. And we got you. We're here to cheer you on. Cheering you on. All right.
Thanks for being here, Mooney.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. All right. I'm going to shuffle here. If you want to get in line, let us know. Hit us up. I'm going to do one for Samuel. Got Samuel on my list. What information does he need? All right, so you got a jumper. So you actually got 4 cards. First card we have is the Spiritual Union card. This is a representation of a spiritual union and how important and divine it is in your life. It's important to also fill it up with energy from your solar and your sacral, as well as your heart. Again, here we have this seed that's planted and has a beautiful leaf, which can mean abundance and growth together as it comes down in the Vesica Pisces of their third eye. And using that intuition together, they're able to create a spiritual union that exceeds beyond their physical bodies and into the world as a whole. That was a little bit of a tongue twister for me. The next card you have here is the Triumphant Success card. This shows that though you may feel like you're going through a dark period, maybe at one point you felt kind of buried alive with all the things that were happening around you. It's a double-edged sword. And it says, use the sword. I'm getting a strong sense of using the sword of Michael, Archangel Michael. It's our homeboy. Call him in. And use his sword as a divine source of protection. And call in that divine light. We're here at a turning point where the divine light is trying to make its way through. So call upon Michael to bring more light. If you're at a crossroads and you are making a decision about things, it says to choose wisely where you focus your energy. Choose wisely and to spread your wings. There's also these two birds here. And I happen to know that big winged birds happen to be a big figure in your life. So it is important to embrace the idea of spreading your wings, choosing wisely and where you spend that energy. And following, it seems like your solar plexus is really important here because it's going to help you build that foundation and connections. And building relationships, friendships, and community is going to be really important in these wise decisions. That being said, you had a jumper, and it's one we've already covered earlier in the reads, and that is the Triumph card. It's the card where instead of waving the big white flag, he is waving the red flag of grounding. And he's riding a horse, which seems to be his companion, and galloping through the chaos. And his sacral energy and solar energy are glowing around him. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty powerful.
Thank you, Samuel, for being with us.
Yeah, felt like he needed a reading. So I am going to shuffle in and shuffle in. Do one real quick for Orion, and then I don't think we have anyone else in the main queue. So if you're tuned in, this is one of your last chances here to hop in for a personal reading. Like I said, if you've gotten a message from the collective reads, that's awesome as well. And you can always hit meetings, and they are anywhere from 20 minutes to 2 hours. I get pretty deep in the 2 hour ones. We take time to meditate and really focus in on something that maybe you're working through. Sometimes we go through past lives. Right now I have a student session, so if you are a student or a teacher or someone who works in the school systems, I'm doing a discount for a quick 20-minute check-in session because I can just feel how crazy going back to school season is for so many people, and I've been connecting with many students of all ages, a couple of teachers and other people that just need the support. So if you know somebody that would benefit from connecting and just maybe reflecting, maybe just getting a quick read, or maybe doing some sort of other session, send them my way, hit me up, I can get you my student link, or go to my website. My website is shantasticshine.com. You can also go to Shannon Shine, whatever is easy to remember. Again, just hit me up. But on my website under work with me, there's a place that says see my availability. That's where you can hop on my schedule. You can get yourself in line for a one-on-one reading. You get a recording of it, and we dive into whatever questions it is you have. It's not as open-ended and quick as it is here. My goal is to get you feeling. You don't always feel the best. Sometimes we have to work through some sort of emotion, but I get you feeling stable enough to tackle whatever it is you're facing. That's what I like to say. So, help you face the world in a bigger, brighter way. So I've got another reading here for Orion, and then if I don't hear from anyone, I'll do a collective pull from my Language of Light deck to end this out. All right. Orion, what are you going through? Alright, it looks like first you are supposed to work through your shadow. You're releasing the darkness that no longer serves you, the dark energy, the dark layers, whatever it is, and you're passing the staff to the light. So release your shadow, release the older versions of you, the older layers that may not be helping you and may not be allowing your energy to focus properly. And instead focus on the most positive aspects of your journey. What are you able to fully focus on and feel like you're giving back to your community? How do you know that you feel good when you go to sleep at night rather than worrying about the things of the dark past that, again, they're just not serving you? Sometimes our shadow is also a reflection of our trauma, things that have been really heavy on us, things that have made us react in a different way. Maybe it's how we judge others. There's so many things that go into the shadow. But right here is the shadow passing the staff to the light. So as we go from the new moon to the full moon, we're now in the full moon. The full moon is illuminating the light on your shadow, and it wants you to work through that shadow phase. That being said, as you do so, if you stand your ground, you'll be able to get your sacral and solar in alignment so that you can see those intuitive messages and communicate them more clearly. So stand your ground, activate your space, allow yourself to feel into what your mission is. Sometimes our mission changes. It's important to embrace and understand and find ways to clearly execute the plan. Sometimes we get messages too and they're just so fuzzy, they don't make sense. Feel into the ones that make sense, that you have proof of and that you can explain and take action on. It's sometimes hard to weed those out through dreams and synchronicities, but it's important to really feel into what feels the most right rather than exerting energy in all these different directions that can be too chaotic. So stand your ground, find your focus. And the last card we have here is to remember your foundations and achievements. Remember how far you've come. And in doing so, allow that to help you balance again your chakras and to feel into how you can feed energy into all of your energy centers. Maybe your third eye is too open. Maybe your crown chakra is a little crooked. Maybe your crown's a little crooked. And maybe it's none of those things. Maybe you need to get more grounded. Maybe your sacral needs some energy. But work on your whole chakra body and give yourself an energetic charge in remembering how much you've already achieved and focusing on the foundation you've already built rather than maybe it's not a good time to start new projects. It's important to stand your ground and focus on projects you've already started. Those are just some messages that I've been channeling through there for our friend Orion.
Thanks, Orion. Sending you lots of love.
Yay!
Brother Mon.
Alright. I'm going to get my other deck out here, everybody. I want you to fill the chat box with love. What are you on your mind right now? What's on your mind? What are you reflecting on? What's something you're calling in? Blow up the chat box with love as we get into this last card pool here. I'm really thirsty, so I'm excited to chug some water, guys. Everybody should chug some water. If you got some sort of liquid near you, chug it. I don't know what happened to our water bottle. I think I drank most of it. All right, I found it. All right, guys. Remember, you're basically just a big, complicated plant, and you need water to hydrate yourself. At least that's how I have to remember to stay hydrated. And I'm shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. Well, let's see what the light language wants to share with us before we hop off tonight for this full moon ceremony. Insight. Pretty sure that was one we pulled last night. Alright, so we have the insight card. Let me see what number that is. 13. We're working with number 13 today. You want to help me hold this card here for a second? Give them a nice good view of it. At least till I get this open. Alright. It says you are, or about to, see further. Sorry, there was a really high-pitched bird that was distracting
Shannon
me.
hates high-pitched noises.
They mess with my incoming angelic channel. It's like a frequency tweak. Oh, I don't know. You ever hear fuzz in the 90s when the TV just would go all crazy in black and gray? That's what high-pitched noises do to me if they're not singing bulls. And even sometimes when they're singing bulls. All right, let's breathe. Insight. You are, or about to, see further, higher and deeper through space and time. Your psychic skills are expanding and seeing through the lens of your soul, and it's time to hone your abilities by reading about or doing a workshop on intuitive development. We definitely had this card yesterday. We are all psychic, and it's a part of who we are, but we have to trust in this ability. Sometimes we have to push this ability into the background in favor of our other senses, and then problems occur, and we keep looking at the manifested world for proof for our worth. This is your message that you are worthy because you're here. There's nothing else to prove. You could become an intuitive reader if it's something you desire, and it could also mean you're learning to just trust what you feel, and the next steps will take you, trust what you feel, and the next steps to take you will drop into your mind in the following days. You have to believe in your intuition. It says inspired reflections and actions. It's time to continue to enjoy your meditation group. Hi guys, you joined your meditation group. You're already following your intuition. Look at you go. It says enjoy joining in psychic groups, meditation groups, and sound groups. Doing all of that. You'll learn how to trust your insights in the wisdom you already receive. I sure hope so. When your phone rings, before you look at the caller, maybe bring the name into your mind to see if it matches. That's a way to test it. That's always an interesting one. 9 times out of 10, though, mine's a telemarketer, so that's okay. Before meditating, try placing a clear quartz crystal in the middle of your forehead for 2 minutes and ask for clarity about a subject. So that's something you can try as well to help opening your third eye. Some journal exercises are: start a symbol dictionary in your journal. What do signs, symbols, and synchronicities mean to you? Write down any signs you may receive with a quick explanation of what it means to you. It doesn't always have to mean to you what it means to others, so you don't have to depend on Google or others for your representation. Feel into your heart space. What do these signs mean to you? There are universal symbols like the Om or the Ankh. Sela's arm's tired. Here you go. There's universal symbols like the Om or the Ankh that mean similar things around the world, but most symbols will be personal to you. For instance, some may see a snake and know that they're about to shed an old belief or skin. Some may just feel fear. Some may feel a more kundalini experience. What does the symbolism mean to you? So, this is an exercise you can play with until we see you again during the new moon, which, by the way, check back at bringme2life.com or social media for our next upcoming ceremony. We would love to have you. Bonus points if you invite a friend. We love that. Word of mouth is key. That being said, follow your intuition these next couple weeks. See what signs, symbols, synchronicities come up for you, because you are receiving powerful insights, some of which probably led you here into this spiritual community. So dive in deeper and allow yourself to explore your own intuition. And that's all I've got for you today. You have anything else you would like to say to end out tonight's ceremony?
Just thank you all for being here with us and being part of this community. I think it's really beautiful that we could all come together like this.
Yeah, we've been enjoying these virtual spaces. We used to do these in person and we could only kind of cater to our local community, and now we are going global. So share us with your global friends and fam, and tune in again at bringme2life.com. If you want to make sure you get a reading during the next show and you're not sure you can tune in, you can still make a donation and we will add you to a list and then send you the link and you can watch the replay. If you didn't get to watch all of tonight's ceremony, you can also watch the replay and go ahead and share it on your favorite social media. Till next time, stay awake and shine on always. We love you guys. We're not really sure where the end button is on
There
this
it is.
phone.
I found it.